All right, so let me go ahead and preload this. Hang on, this is the one you guys are in. Let me move us there, and I'll preload the other one. The other one could be, it shouldn't be that big, but just in case it is, I'll preload it, and we'll give it a minute. Bring you over here. Give that a second to load. You guys are not in the jungle. Get rid of that one, and it is desert. If I can find it, there it is. There we go. All right, so you have all come to a double doors at the end of this hallway here after having dealt with the flesh mortises in the room behind you. You've stopped the spinny majiggies there. Sorry, camera was going off. And stepped into a hallway where the wind is no longer trying to pull you back into that chamber. The
Rats was a bug on my monitor. My bad.
What?
What are the rats
the little rats moving on the screen.
I thought it was a bug on my monitor, and it made me laugh when I tried to brush it off.
Tried to get it.
Continue.
Yeah. Didn't even react. I just kept going. Yeah. So, anyways, the room behind you is still trying to pull everybody into the middle of it. But as long as you've, everybody's come across the threshold anyway. So as soon as you've crossed that and are in this hallway, it is no longer appearing to affect you. That said, in front of you are a pair of double doors. And that is where we left off. What are you guys doing?
I think we need to just keep going through.
Are the doors locked?
Nobody's touched them yet.
I'll mage hand it from the back of the room.
You what?
I'll mage hand, send a mage hand out to try to open the doors.
Okay. You grab the door. These have the same kind of bar, individual on each side. You press the bar down, the doors slowly swing open. It is a 20-foot width hallway. There is something green. It appears to be, well, from your distance, you're probably not seeing very much of it, Pogo, but at least Arteme and Norok, who are up closer, see this kind of greenish goo that has been kind of smeared across the floor, it looks like. And there's little, bits of dust and stuff stuck in it. Otherwise, nondescript hallway.
What are we waiting for? And I'm going to go ahead and peek my head through. Is it lit up or is it dark?
There is some light coming from down the hallway. There's a torch. It appears at the end of the hallway there.
All right. And doesn't look dangerous just from what I can see.
You're getting quite a bit of static, Justin. Is anybody else hearing that, or is it just me? I think everybody else is sounding clear.
It's definitely staticky.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Let me.
Like, I can still hear you. It's just, there's just static.
Let me see. What is the?
Are those spikes at the end of the hall?
You're not supposed to be able to see that.
Dark.
There is a pit at the end of the hall. I'll put it that way. You're not supposed to be able to. I had a thing to be able to kind of hide that, and I must have not set it up correctly. But yeah, there's a pit off the end of it, and I would say it's fine. You can see that there are protrusions coming up from the pit as well. That said, looking to the right, there is a very heavy divot. Just Sarah would be able to see far enough, really, to be able to. Well, I guess there was enough illumination. Anybody that does peek their head out, including Justin, I guess, or Pogo in this case, looking enough to the south, sees that there is a big, like, cracked indentation, bowl-shaped, about probably 15 feet in diameter, at the southern end of the hallway. Like, the floor itself has been cracked. The tiles are cracked.
Oh. I will let them know that.
Okay.
Is this better?
Yeah, now you sound clear.
This is just back to my normal snowball mic.
Interesting. Okay, so it sounded networky, but then if what you just changed made a difference, then it's probably the headset itself has a shorten the cable or something. Because now you sound normal. I think it's not network then. You didn't hear that then, I assume, right, Justin?
I did not.
Okay, all right. So Sarah looked to the south. Basically, to the north is like a pit in the floor. I'm gonna go ahead and move that since you guys can see that anyways. Shit, maybe I'm not. I thought I had it Set up. Well, it looks like it's set up correctly to me, but apparently not. If you guys can see that there's a pit with spikes at the end, which is fine. Like it doesn't really change anything there. Basically, to the north, the floor falls away, and you see, large metal spikes basically that are coming up from the floor, where the floor has stopped. And then to the south, at the very end of the hallway, all the way to the south, there is a about 15 foot in diameter, like divot, like a bowl in the floor where the tiles are cracked and there's an indentation in the floor.
All right. How does the roof look over there where the tiles are cracked?
There appears to be a hole up there.
Right, yeah. Probably something bad comes down the hole and smashes into the thing. Pogo is going to come out into the room.
Okay. Make a
yeah.
Make maybe a stealth check.
Oops.
That stupid thing spamming on my screen again. It's fine. I didn't hurt anything, but
Sorry, my stealth check is. I accidentally clicked the. I changed my proficiency on accident. Sorry.
okay, all good.
Back to what it was supposed to
Oh, that's why it said not proficient. Then back. Okay,
be. Yeah.
cool.
I'll take my first roll though. It was a 3 plus
And then add your modifier.
16.
Cool.
3 plus 16 minus 19
1d4.
minus 3. 16 total. So the first roll would have actually been a
Okay.
16.
All right, that's good.
All right. And nothing seems too out of the ordinary. I'm gonna move south until I get near the big divot, but I'm not
Okay.
going to go into it. So where would that be?
I'll go ahead and draw. So the first there is this green. I'm going to say that you're out of assumption. There is a thick green kind of goo that is smeared across this entire hallway, north to south. There. I mean, it's easy enough to avoid. It doesn't cover the entire floor. It's basically down the middle. So I mean, you would be able to walk on either side and not touch it. Assuming that's what you're attempting to do.
Yeah, and now I'm thinking something probably falls out of the hole and then slimes its way the fuck up, snail trailing the whole way.
Is that what you think's happening?
But I am going to now that Pogo thinks perhaps you know what? Pogo would like to take a look at the goo. What is the goo? Better, more detailed. He holds his lighted sword up to the goo and touches a tiny bit with a finger to see his gloved finger to see if anything weird is happening with it.
It is very slippery. It's a little bit oily in texture. The lighted sword that you're using is just a magical light on the sword, right?
Yep.
Okay. It does have a certain smell that you would recognize to be something like kerosene.
Cool. This might be burny. This might flame up, if you know what I'm saying.
Hence the reason of asking the sword was not an incendiary device.
A magical light, not a torch.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
So just let everyone know this is some sort of petrol or something in here that might just go up in flames. I wouldn't eat it, and don't light it on fire. Or do. I don't know. I'm not your boss. And then is there anything beyond the big indentation to the south?
There are two little kind of hallways that come off of either side of it. As far as you can see, there's one to the north of you and two to the south of you, and that's it. Otherwise,
there are hallways to the north too.
Yeah, there's one to the north, and then that goes off to the other side there, and then two to the south. Make a perception check, Pogo.
Right, my light only goes like 50 feet or something like that.
Okay.
It's dim. It's dim after 30.
Yeah, there's no other light sources there, so. There's something moving in the little alcove to the north.
The north?
Yep.
I am going to send my spiritual banjo up. Let's see here. Oh, there. How the fuck did I duplicate the selection? What did I do here? How do I Oh, got him.
I don't know. Sure, I'm trouble.
So I'm gonna move my. Oh, I couldn't move my. My character and my banjo were combined, so I'm gonna move the spiritual banjo up. And does anything happen to the moving thing that's around the corner?
No, and you can't see through it or anything like that, so you don't have any further visibility to whatever's there. It's not like a familiar, but it doesn't. What the movement is a quiet shuffling, like you're just seeing a bit of an elbow, a bit of a shoulder. It's something humanoid in shape that is just standing in the little alcove back there. Doesn't seem to care that your banjo's flying
I'm
around.
just gonna kind of reach in and be like, "There's something up there. Should I just hit it with that banjo real fast?"
Who knows what it is, but let's hit it.
Serafina, what do you think? Should I just hit it with the banjo? Pogo's gonna hit it with a banjo.
All right. The banjo flicks around the corner, attempts to swing at it. It is intangible in nature. I mean,
Oh,
isn't it? No, sorry, the banjo. Because the banjo. I mean,
it
it's a
doesn't have
spiritual
hit
banjo.
points. Yeah, it's a spiritual weapon, so it doesn't
Yeah.
have hit points, but it
Okay.
does somehow make an attack.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and roll the attack. Let's say with this. Well, not definitely with disadvantage because you can't see around the corner. Really, you're just barely getting little bits and glimpses.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it doesn't have eyes to find a target for itself. While Pogo is doing that, what is Nazim doing? Taco?
Taking myself off of mute. That's what I'm doing.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and poke my head out again here. I'm going to move him real fast. I'm going to go down 5, 10,
Okay.
15, 20, 25. Staying away from the slime, hugging the wall. 5, 10,
Okay.
15, 25, 30, 35. Down towards this area. I think that's as far as I could get, though.
Okay.
My movement-ish. But making a move towards that little opening in the south.
Okay.
And if possible, just kind of do a small Arcana check down the hallway just to see if the slime comes from anything of a magical nature or looking for any type of a magical triggers or switches on the floor. In other
Okay.
words, traps.
Sure. Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Pogo, that swing, you hear it whiffing through air, nothing happens. Nazim, there is definitely something above the hole in the ceiling to the south. There's a, it's reconditious. It feels like a portal of some sort above the hole to the south there. And we will come back to that in just a moment. As you step through, as you begin to probably suspect by now, you hear a mechanical gearing in the ceiling begin to move. Looking up, everyone sees a spiked portcullis begin to lower its way down. It is moving very rapidly. Within a couple of seconds, it will touch the floor. So Arteme and Norok, if your guys' choice is which side you intend to be on the portcullis, or you can be split. It's up to you.
I'm choosing my side to go north,
Okay.
behind the banjo.
Okay. You stepping north, then you do see. I'll go ahead and reveal because you're coming around the. Yeah, you'd be able to see where you are now, Pogo. You do see a Viscera Mortis, one like the ones that you just shredded in the room behind, in the little alcove to the north. It's just standing there. Doesn't seem to be concerned. That said, with everybody stepping inside and the portcullis slamming down behind you, Nazim, the arcane portal that you had sensed, using your Arcana check there, to the south, begins to flare open. Something drops out of it. You can probably started to kind of already piece together what was probably happening here, but a very large rolling boulder slams into the ground to the south and begins to roll its way north towards you.
A good old Indiana Jones run.
I couldn't do the art in it very well. I had it kind of as a little shitty, like spinning in place.
Pretty cool.
So I mean, I tried, tried to
Kind of looks
make
like
it.
the Rock of Ages game a little bit.
I haven't played it, but it does look a little bit like pixel art, yeah, like SNES pixel art. So, but it is rolling in your direction. It does fill the floor to ceiling. The kerosene-ish oil that is rolling through is accelerating it. But it is the oil itself you can step away from without really risking stepping into it. That said, there isn't much space to get around the ball as it's rolling towards you. And there is a pit of spikes to the north. So we will go ahead and pick up an initiative real quick there. Sarah, it would be your turn. I'm just leaving, left off where we were in initiative before. So, what are you doing?
Okay, so it's past the hallway to the south here, that little alcove.
Yes, well, it's in front of it now. Yes.
Okay. Then I guess I'm just gonna go as high up as I can and go to this hallway over here. So I'm like
Okay.
out of the way.
Okay. There is a
To go
what's
with.
that?
I'm gonna ask Pogo if he wants a lift so he can go up with me, so there's more space.
Sure. And while I get on there with you, I'm gonna ask if we should
Oh,
just
hang on.
fly
I'm
over
sorry.
the
You guys.
spikes. No.
I'm sorry. You had him still listed as invisible.
Yeah.
So you would have been able to see him, Sarah, as you flew towards him.
Oh,
Pogo already
Yeah.
saw him. I told
I missed him.
Yeah, I told Justin that he was there, but yeah, Pogo tried to swing at him, but he was just standing there. But on entry, he is definitely very interested that you're now present.
oh great. Shit. How tall is this guy? Like, is he all the way up to the ceiling?
No, he's the ceiling's about 15 feet up, and he is a little bit taller than Norak, 8.5 feet.
Okay, then. Fuck.
But I mean, unless you're like flat on the ceiling, hanging upside down, holding onto the broom, he's going to be able to bat at you. Like getting out of his range above him isn't going to really be all that feasible.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what I should hit him with before I get within melee range.
Sure.
The good news is he will break our fall when we undoubtedly fall off. And I think
True.
because we're halflings and he takes up multiple spots, we're like the only people on the board that can actually be in this little cove with him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he might be trying to pull you guys apart, but
Yep.
Thing. I don't know this tonight. Oh, I do. And it's on. I would like to cast Banishment on it.
Oh shit! Okay, let's roll it.
Using
It's
the-
what save? Go ahead and click it. I think it's a save, isn't it?
It doesn't. It's the here. It's this thing. Since of amulet. Oh.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
let me-
Looks like your computer just came up too. What's that?
It just says the banishments. Constitution 16.
16. Okay. He's got good odds on beating that. Let's see.
Yeah. One shot.
Sorry, so I clicked on ability check, not save. There we go. Save with advantage. 25. He succeeds.
She does. I don't know if that's the mouse. Sorry, I'm trying to use Ben's computer still.
No problem. Yeah, I saw yours just come up, so you can go ahead and log in when you're done turns over.
I don't think I have anything else to do. I'm still in Shadow Skin, yeah?
I think so. I mean, you wouldn't have dropped it, I imagine, for being in here, so let me go ahead and apply that to you, too.
Okay. Then, yeah, that's my action and movement then.
Okay. And Pogo, you are on the broom as well, right?
Yup.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and well, I guess it didn't matter too much. I'm going to go ahead and move you over one. You'll still be in the space there, but... All right. That will bring us to... Let me pop that out to Pogo.
All right. This might suck, but would we consider that boulder a huge object?
Huge. I think it's large. I think, yeah, 15 feet. I think it's large is what it would be.
Still fun. I am going to say sorry for the inconvenience, and then I'm going to immediately leave the room. He's going to be allowed to attack me if he wants.
Oh, opportunity. Okay. He's going to walk
yeah.
away from... Oh, you're okay. You're hopping off the broom then because she was up at the ceiling.
I am jumping down.
Make
I'm
make a dex. Yeah, make a dex check. You're going to have to bounce off of him. Oh, okay, sure. Make a dex check for that. I mean,
I might take some damage.
I think you'll be all right. I mean, it's more than 10 feet, so at most you're going to take a d6, but... That may matter, because depending on... Oh, shit, I forgot. Yeah, you're... Okay, there's a d6.
Yeah, not great.
Some bludgeoning there.
Wait, +4. Hold on.
It should be -4 from your exhaustion.
Oh, because my saving throw is a +10 on Dex.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
My acrobatics is +16.
Well, just from the having had a pillar land on you earlier in the day.
Sure.
It is maybe twisted an ankle a little bit on your way down. D4 bludgeoning.
All right, so -4. All right, and is he gonna try to attack me as I
What were you
try to ditch
concentrating
out?
on?
Uh,
He is going to. Did you have concentration still?
Bane's gone.
Oh yeah, that would be off. Okay, cool.
Yeah, lady. Can I don't know if I'm doing that.
I got it. I got it. All good. He is going to try to grab you as you try to leave his range for a. Is it slam? What is his ability? Oh, it's the prodding swing. That's right. He's going to try to shove you backwards in the other direction with his attack.
Shove me. Is it an actual attack or is he just trying to do
It is
like
an attack. Yeah, it's just opportunity attack. 31.
Okay, yeah, 31 will let me check here. Yep, that'll hit.
All right. 10 feet away from the impact. Although he is trying to shove you to the north. It's supposed to be. I mean, you were trying to leave going to the south. So I mean, it is just a shove. I mean, he's trying to would rather push you northward. But that said, he he doesn't get to choose the direction with just a basic attack. So 2d6 plus 6.
Ha!
Nine bludgeoning damage, and you are
Son of
pushed
a
10
dick,
feet. He
guy.
whacks you, shoving you, but you go 10 feet further in the direction you were actually trying to go. So
So
may
I'm
end up,
just like,
yeah, you're just 10 feet further away than you otherwise would have been. Yeah.
all right. Well, I'm going to kind of yell out to everyone, "No one worry!" And I'm going to cast animate object,
Okay.
and I can do one large or one huge object.
That'll work.
And casting it on the boulder. Let me double check on the distance here real fast.
Okay.
It's a big spell. Got a lot going on. There's blind sight. Blind sight doesn't actually tell me. I'm guessing it's within
Should
range.
say in there.
Where the
in the
hell is
range.
the range listed now?
Spell book. What level is it?
It's a 5th level here. I'll cast. I mean, even if I have to move forward, I think it's a decent range. I have my other.
Yeah,
things
you're right. I
open.
don't see it in there. Usually it'd be right there at the bottom of the text.
Yeah, I'm not
120
sure.
feet. You're definitely
All
within
right,
range.
perfect. I'm going to cast it on the boulder, and I'm going
Okay.
to start moving the boulder back. I'm also going to use my movement 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get past Norok.
Okay.
And it can, a huge object has 30 feet of movement. Oh, wait, no. That's his HP tag. Oh, my God. 30 feet of movement. So I'm going to push it back 30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to push it back 30 feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my a little bit of my bonus movement to get up here. And I'm going to see if I can glance around this next corner as well, since there was a douchebag in it. Do
Okay.
I see a bad guy around this next corner?
Around that corner there, you see an inactive one. I'll put it that way. It is
Okay.
on the floor and doesn't appear to be
Sleepy time?
animated.
Taking a
Yeah.
nap? All right, I'm
Maybe.
going to let everyone know that there's another one around that corner, but it looks like it's sleeping. And I can control this boulder for fucking 1 minute. So we have 1 minute to fucking get out of here.
Okay.
And I'm going to let's see, that's the maximum of my movement. And then my bonus action, I'm going to use my banjo that's still back in the thing to do its attack
All right.
on the big butthole over here.
All right. Artemis, you're coming up here in just a minute.
Okay,
And then
which
Nazim,
way are we
right up.
going?
We got to go south away from the bad guy and the spikes.
Okay.
19 will hit. Go and roll the damage.
Finally. And
Oh, did I break that one? I must have. That's a shame.
not a lot of damage, but every little bit helps.
Sure. All right.
So 8
And they're
damage
not. I mean, as
to-
you've seen, they're not particularly healthy, anyways. They are,
Yeah.
not in a well-maintained form. I'll put it that way. All right. Then
All
it's
right.
your turn.
That's it. Come on,
Right.
everyone. We got to keep going this way.
That will lead
Or
to
you can
the-
save Sarah too.
Well, coming up to the mortis here, he is going to reach up, grab the tail end of the broom, yank it down, and try to grapple Sarah. That'll be a break and reform. No, that's his smash thing. This will be a strength check with advantage. Sarah, you can use either strength or dex to try to evade its grapple. You got a 19.
I think I had
Oh, sorry,
something to
17,
give me
not 10.
advantage for
No,
that.
what's that? Sorry. Do you? Halflings might. I don't remember.
Strength. You have an advantage on any strength or dex to escape being grappled.
There you go. All right.
All right, here we go. Saving throw, you said?
Yep. Or, well, yeah, sorry. No, sorry. It's a strength kind of contest. Well, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, save is fine. Save is fine. It's a little bit of a gray area, but save is okay.
It says it's the same number, so.
Yeah, well, the difference would be if you were proficient in it, if you had proficiency in strength saves versus strength checks.
It's dex, but
But a
no.
15 will not do. He grabs onto you and he carrying you. Well, carrying you. He's just holding onto you. Walks over to the edge and flings you down onto the spikes.
Oh, go save her first. Get her out of the spikes.
As you are 59 damage as you get impaled into a single spike. He's still holding the broom, so you are no longer broomed. But
Shit.
but you are impaled on the edge of one of the spikes there. Regular Sarah. There we go. There we go. Oh, you're giant because I had you broom size. There we go. As you are onto the spikes, and then he turns and steps back into his little alcove.
Oh, I don't think I had enhance ability on anymore. So.
Did you previously? Oh, as far as the concentration check?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead. I'll kill the concentration for you. That's fine. That brings us to Arteme.
All right, I'm going to go up to where. I wonder if I could grow without actually going up. Can I gently get vines to grab her out?
No. Well, I guess it depends. You mean your regular grasping vine ones, right?
Yes.
Welcome back, Becky. Click it. I don't think you can. I don't think there was like a non-lethal option of it. The damage isn't huge anyway.
I think
but
we've done it to where I've carefully done it where it's non-lethal before.
I think because you have a couple of different viney things is the thing. The click on grasping, whichever one you were intending to use. I think it's
Where is
grasping vine.
it?
I think it's
In
grasping
my
vine,
spell
isn't it?
book?
Yeah. Because you have your whip, which is different, but that one, yeah. So you have thorn whip, and you have, I think it's grasping vines, isn't it?
But I could also use a cantrip on plants.
I'm gonna see
This
grasping vine.
If you can
Does
get her
that
out of
link
the
it?
There
pit,
it
just
is.
slide her in the middle. She'll just slide right all the way down.
See dex save. We pull 20 feet directly in this. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one doesn't do damage. That one just pulls.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna use that to pull her towards me.
Okay. You place the grasping vine on the ground, back enough to pull her off of the spike and towards you then?
Yep, as far towards me as possible.
All right. Dex save and Sarah, I assume you're going to choose to fail?
Yeah.
All right, so 20 feet towards the vine, which means that puts Sarah there. So you are yanked off of the spike. That in itself is likely painful, not any additional damage. It's already, covered in the initial impalement. But you are yanked off of the spike and back onto the floor there.
Great. I'm just gonna look over at him and be like, I want my fucking broom back.
Well, yeah, we're definitely getting that back because I'm still trying to make
No,
other
I'm
brooms
pointing.
out of that broom.
I'm pointing at the Mortrolis. I want my broom back. Yeah, that's
Definitely not that one then.
Any
There we
bonus actions or further
go.
movement, Fox?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you go, Sarah.
Level 1.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
still a
don't
good
have
roll, though.
I don't have the other thingy anymore, remember?
Yeah, yep. Still not a bad roll.
Okay.
You've had worse.
Yeah, okay, so you have
Alright,
8, and then I guess I'll stay here for now, because I'm gonna
Okay.
try and help get the broom back.
All right.
Because if I could grasp behind the broom.
Potentially, he is holding on to it, so you'd have to yank it from his hands, but that's potentially possible there. That brings us to Nazim. Nazim, the ceiling up in the portal that you sensed previously is not inactive just yet. I'll put it that way.
Near the spiritual banjo, do we still have our friend over there?
He is still active, yes.
Okay. Do I have a clear shot of him from where I'm at from that angle?
You do not. He is just around the corner. You can see, like, occasionally get a glimpse of a fingernail type thing. So not a clear shot. If you were to move a little bit to the north, you probably would.
I'm gonna ask, does anyone have any fun ideas I could do with this boulder for the next 60 seconds?
Why does that sound like innuendo when there's no way
It
it could be
really
innuendo,
does. I
right?
didn't even mean to do it. It just sounds like
Just
it.
naturally. There's just Pogo. Everything he
Yeah.
says has some kind of innuendo associated.
Well, my plan would have been to use the green stuff to blow up the rock, but we're kind of too close for that.
Yeah, I don't think you can blow up rock with a little gasoline.
Depends.
Maybe it's different in Canada. Maybe Canadian gasoline is extra potent. I don't know.
Yeah, they got some real strong refineries up there.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's the other way.
How'd you
Maybe it's
destroy the
the refineries
boulder?
are
Oh, we just blew it up with some gasoline. All right.
Well, wait.
Cool.
Okay, you said it was gasoline-like, which means it's not necessarily gasoline.
It's like a thick. It's
Yeah, it's
more
more
like
kerosene.
a. Yeah, it's more like
Sokko,
a.
you were. I hear you're
oil
trying to talk,
lamp
Sokko. You're just super quiet. I turned you up all the way on my side.
sorry.
There you go. That's better. There we go. That's better.
So
I don't know if
moving
anybody heard you.
this
That's
way
why.
moving 30 feet down here, I see a new friend over here, another Viscera Mortis.
So that one is inactive, and he's not actually covered in blood. He's just like basically he's almost laying in parts. He just doesn't look like he's animated.
Okay. Can I use a far step to get behind this boulder?
Yeah. I mean, you could see little gaps. Yeah, it's kind of sitting still now that Pogo's controlling it, so you can see space enough behind it to be able to teleport behind it. Sure.
Okay. I'm going to cast one far step and
Okay.
use its full movement to get behind here.
All right. The range is. I'm going to say with the rest of your movement, yeah, you'd be able to get just behind it. So go ahead and click right behind the rock, like right over
60
here.
feet.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. You could, if you just click there, it'll do it for you. It would teleport you.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Now go ahead and click inside the circle somewhere. Well, click. There you go. That's good. Yep. That way, because it does the teleport thing, but it would stay on there if you didn't do that. So
All right,
you got
so
one more space to the south.
One more space to south. There we go.
There you go. Yep.
All right. So just as reconnaissance, in case anyone else can't see what I'm seeing, I'm going to shout down the hallway, letting them know what I see.
Okay.
It's another Viscera Mortis, but this one also looks like he's dismembered. Correct?
Yeah. They're mostly together, but not active. Like they're not animated. They're just kind of shrugged up in the corner.
Okay.
They're not in pieces. I'll put it that way.
All right. I guess that's all I can do at this point.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Then the portal that I was describing to you is up in the ceiling. You see where I just put a little ping on the map? Do you see that, Luke? Sokko? Right there?
Yep.
So that's the portal is in the ceiling above that. There's a hole in the ceiling, and there's a portal above it, and the portal is not inactive. I'm putting it that way. This rock clearly just came, the one that you just teleported past that Pogo has control of, came out of that portal, and it seems like the portal is still active. So leaving that there, and jumping to Norok.
All right. Now, the one up here still has you guys in the broom, huh?
Mm-hmm. And he threw Sarah onto a spike.
Time to get all stabby.
Okay, there it goes.
I'm trying to. Oh. For some reason, I looked up and I saw. All right, Sokko. I looked up and I saw Nazim's far step, and for some reason was thinking Norok was doing far step. It's like, where'd you get that?
Yeah,
I
pretty
don't
handy.
think Norok has those kind of spells.
All right,
Been a long week.
this guy's ass.
All right.
Click on him and hit T to target, right?
Yep. There you
There
go.
we go. Okay, I think I got him targeted. Sweet.
Key for time to target.
First things first, I need rage, of course.
I think you're probably still. Well, don't you have like endless rage or something now?
Yeah, I do, huh?
I don't know if it just stays on all the time, but
Well, no, because we never went out of initiative order, did we?
Correct. I mean, technically,
then
the
it's still
combat would have
active.
ended. Like this has been more than a minute since you guys went into the hallway.
Okay.
But I'll check it. I mean, at worst, it costs you an extra use of your rage is all.
Alrighty, and
Not that one. Maybe you don't have the endless rage thing.
I think it's just it doesn't end if I go around without hitting something now or
Yeah.
something. What
Yep.
it is.
Yep, that's
So,
it. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and mark off one more use of rage then.
Alrighty then. Okay.
All right.
And then I will see if I can hit him with my
Okay.
sword. Or no, look, I can actually have equipped.
Vulcan. Okay.
Yep. With great weapon. Sorry, I should have said that before I rolled. Either way, looks like I missed, huh?
Yeah, with a -5, that definitely would, or no, yeah, -5, that definitely would miss.
Okay, then
They would have hit otherwise, but they're not hard to hit. But
do a regular one. So obviously no great weapon on this one.
okay, that'll hit.
Okay.
All right, 14 damage. Normally I have a little icon thing that makes dealing with their health a lot easier, but I must have broken it.
All right, and that is it for me.
All right. You bring the axe side down, cleaving into his shoulder. It's still not completely separated. He's still holding onto the broom. That'll bring us to Sarah. Sarah, you are no longer impaled, but you are probably in a lot of pain.
Yeah. And I can't use firebolt because it'll light everything up.
It might not be a good idea when you're standing in it. You know, it's all over your shoes at this point.
So I'm going to target this guy. And mouse. Here we go. We are right up. We're gonna hit him with Ray of Frost.
All right.
I can get my mouse to move. Here we go.
22 will hit. Oh, jeez. All right. He's in rough shape. He's not quite dead, but did quite a bit.
Oh, that's good. And his movement speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use, because this is all like oh no, Pogo put up light, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, light's on me though.
Yeah, it's emanating from him, and it's probably at most 60 feet. So you might be outside
You
of it.
can see me though, if that helps.
I also have a light on my belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sarah has her, Artemy has her orb. Oh, you're not. Yeah, you're definitely within light range. Yeah.
All right. That's fine. I'm gonna step behind Norok and use his shadow to
Okay.
jump to Pogo's shadow.
Okay.
Out over here.
That's
So
a
I am
little awkward.
away.
Like you have to teleport into the tiny shadow that's behind him because he's holding his sword in one direction.
What about your broom? Are we just gonna leave it there?
I mean, I'll go back for it. I just need a second.
You kind of see me like with my hand up controlling this giant boulder. Like, I don't know how long we have, just so you know. We're limited.
I'm just kind of like leaning up against the wall as I like popped out of a shadow. I'm like, it'll be fine. We're good. That's my turn.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna stay here.
That brings us to Pogo. And Pogo, just before you, as you're having this conversation with Sarah, I'll put it that way, you hear clapping coming from the hallway that you guys just exited. And there's a growing shadow kind of filling the hallway because there's remember those 5 torches that were still in there. There was a 6 that had been kind of snuffed out, but there's a kind of a darkness emanation coming from the hallway with this clapping sound, and something is kind of beginning to walk down the hall towards you guys and clapping.
Clapping, like with their hands, or are you
Yep.
saying making a clapping sound?
Like the hands clapping, yes.
Great. Well, I'm going to continue what I was planning on doing. I'm going to move forward a bit more with my movement. And Nazim, did he get past it by just kind of slowly walking
No, he teleported
under
past
it?
it. He used a spell and teleported past
Well, Nazim, we have to fucking. Are you going to stay on that side of it?
Sorry, just got back. What happened?
Are you going to stay on that side of the boulder? Because I think we have to go around it. I need to push it forward. So
Yep.
can I raise it up and just kind of move it because it technically hovers? Can I like get it past him without hurting him if I move it slowly?
You can barely squeeze past a human size,
All right, this is
full size human. No, yeah, it's
Just
basically
Alright.
filling the whole
all in the
hallway.
corner.
Yeah, there's basically just a tiny little corner that halflings could sneak through at best.
Yep. Move
all
it
right.
as you wish.
This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I'm going to move it towards me by about 10 feet, 15 feet, so
Okay.
that he could get into this other hallway and doesn't have to teleport again back to me.
Okay,
So I'm gonna move it towards me, and I'm
just
going
kind of shove it into
to
that corner there a little bit.
towards me so that that other hallway next to him
Gotcha.
is more easy to access.
Oh, that's why it wouldn't let me. Okay, sorry, something wasn't working. I just figured out why.
Yeah.
But, all right, so you're moving it
Uh,
north a little bit. There you go.
and then I'm going to
That way I can
hang
check
out
inside
pretty
this corner
close
here.
to it,
Okay.
and I'm going to turn around. And can I see whatever it is that is in that hallway, or is it still blind to me? I just heard it, but I can't see
It is
I-
very it's. What's
I
there?
can see him. Can I yell at Pogo? Because I just saw him like in the light,
Sure.
the doorway. I'm pretty sure this is the guy we're supposed to kill, guys.
The fucking king.
I mean, that's what he looks like, right?
There's a crackling laugh that sounds like dried papyrus cracking coming from him when you say that.
Yeah, yeah, guys. I think this is it.
You seem to be trapped.
As we go.
You cut out there. Just
we'll deal with him as we go. I'm going to use my spiritual banjo again just to attack the dude.
okay.
And then I think that'll be the end of my turn.
Nazim, make a perception check, please.
Okay, perception.
Go ahead, Pogo.
Yeah, I'm going right now. It just takes a minute.
No problem.
Yep,
28 will hit.
a little bit of damage.
Yeah, and he's not in great shape now, so I mean
Another 8.
oops, that will do something.
Yep, and I think that's my. You know what? I'm gonna the Viscera Mortis that's across from me now that I can probably get a pretty good view of it. Does it look dead or does it look like it's just benign?
They both look, and Nazim got the same kind of quick analysis. They both look like they're too beat up, like they're just flesh golems, and they have taken too much damage. Basically, they're not dead. They could be reanimated, but it would require a little bit of undead surgery.
Ah, got it.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to move to the other side.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. That'll bring us to the Mortis, who is now going to, Pogo. Norok is in his way, so he's going to try to grapple you, Norok, trying to push you backwards towards the spikes as well, just like you saw him do Sarah effectively. Strength check with advantage. You can use a save to try to beat a 20 Holmes on strength. I think you have advantage because of rage automatically, don't you?
Yeah, and also, if I'm not mistaken, I have the ability now to where if I fail a strength check, I can match it. It goes to my strength score instead, so he has to beat a 20. Even if I didn't roll, he would have to beat a 20, which I can
What is
still roll if
that?
you want me to.
What ability is that?
Indomitable Might or something like that. I either have it or I get it to the next level. I need to actually look and see, make sure that I actually have it. This is like if you fail a strength check, while raging, you can use your strength score instead as the number or something like that. If I have it, and if not, I'll have it soon.
I don't see that. Tell me, it's like, look for it and see if you can find it. Go ahead and roll, and then we'll see if you can find it, and we'll come back to that while Arteme has her turn.
Alrighty.
Does he still have the broom?
He does.
Jerk.
He's still holding the broom while trying to, like, wouldn't that put him as a disadvantage if he's holding something?
Honestly, it'd be like, can you hold a toothpick while you're trying to push a door open? You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. 17 does not succeed. I mean, okay, yeah, but drumstick's probably a better, analogy there. 17 would not succeed. See if you can find what that is, Holmes, and tell me when you get it. Otherwise, he's going to be shoving you towards some spikes. Wouldn't be the first time you've been impaled on spikes in this campaign.
True.
But the other one's on the ceiling.
Can I see the broom
that's
from
true.
here?
It was on the ceiling.
Totally
Yeah.
different experience.
Yep.
Okay. I am going to try and grab it.
Okay.
Oh, what just happened?
As he's pushing past, pushing Norak, trying to shove him into the spikes, you're trying to grab it with grasping vine or something. What are you trying to use?
I'm going to use my whip.
Okay. Make we're going to call this like it's a called target, so it's going to be AC. You're going to be your attack roll against his AC, but his AC is going to get an additional 3 on top for a called target for trying to call a specific shot. Same way that it would be if you're like trying to hit him in the eye or something like that. Go ahead and make your attack roll. His AC is only a 14.
Reloading.
What's reloading?
The whole page.
Oh, okay. When it's back, beat a 17 on your attack roll. Ben, did you find that thing?
It's next level. So when we go 18.
All right.
And what does it say?
It says if your total for a strength check or saving throw is less than your strength score, you can use that score in place of the total.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that will be nice to have saved you from this, but unfortunately for now, you are shoved backwards onto and kind of pushed over the lip onto some spikes. You are raging. It did, Fox. So that attack roll. This was the end of Norak's turn. So, 58 damage in half, Holmes. Do you want me to apply it for you?
Sure. Thanks, dude.
Yep. Apply half damage. There you go. Because you're rage. So 29 damage for you. He shoves Norak backwards, paying less attention to the room in his hand. He was never really concerned about the room in the first place, just as Arteme's whip arcs out and snatches around it, yanking it back across the floor. Arteme, you were able to, if you move forward 5 feet, you can grab it.
Okay.
That is your attack. Okay. Yeah, you do have the broom now. You still have your bonus action as well, and any further movement if you so choose. You did hear cackling and laughing coming from around the corner there. You can't see him, but you probably, having heard Pogo and Sarah, understand what is likely there.
I've got an idea also.
Do I target Nora? How do you target something?
A T. Mouse over it and hit T. You don't get pulled out, Ben. You just get a little bit of healing.
Well, I can't pull him out. I already grabbed the broom.
I know. It's just funny to me that instead of trying to help,
be able to pull him out because he's too heavy.
Yeah,
anyway.
No, you wouldn't with that anyways. But it was just amusing to me that instead of trying to save Norak from being shoved onto spikes, you're like, no, the broom. Like the thing that really matters
Priorities,
is the broom.
man.
Okay, I have nothing that could have helped him. Other than healing afterwards.
Oh, you guys, when you make, I'm going to say this. I realize I don't actually feel this way, but when you guys make selfish decisions, it's always way more funny to me than if you make, personal decisions that would make sense. So.
Yeah, but I have literally nothing that could help him.
That's fine.
Anyway.
That's fine.
Also,
okay, that's
we can still make, personal decisions that are bad.
The healing is
Absolutely,
the nice part.
But it was the bonus action. It was the afterthought. First thought was getting the broom. That's what I got. What I'm enjoying about it.
My reaction too. So
I think most of you probably would have made that same reaction. It's poor Norak who ends up being the furniture half the time. So.
Or the dog.
Or when I can't.
Yeah, or turn into a pig or whatever it was, so you guys could carry
He's
it through
just
the.
too big for hallways.
Okay, what was I supposed to do? Try it? Like I don't even have. I could turn myself into something, but I can't turn him into something. I could turn him into like a flying sparrow, so he wouldn't get hit. But that wouldn't work.
He would have hit the spikes and then just returned back into his normal self anyway. So.
Oh, there you go.
All right, that brings us to Nazim. What you doing, Taco?
All right. I'm going to quickly dart over to the.
I'm going to ask him what's in that hallway. Is that an exit?
And then shout back what's over here, letting them know that's Viscera Mortis. While I'm here, also, can I take a moment and search this Viscera Mortis to see if there's anything of interest on the body?
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Nothing of any significant interest at first. You kind of go rooting around in the, what would be effectively pockets, but they're really not even intended to be. They're kind of just scraps of clothing. But while you're searching around in there, you do notice that right behind him is a small blue ring on the wall. It's the same kind of glowing button that you guys had seen in the chambers up above, right behind his head.
Gotcha. I'm going to shout that back down the hallway, letting him know that there's a blue glowing ring behind the corpse here.
Okay.
Hopefully Pogo can hear it and maybe relay it down the hall. To activate these portals, does Nazim know how to activate these little blue rings?
I think Pogo had pressed it before, but you had seen all you needed to do was just, press them. It's just a button.
All right. I'll go ahead and press it. If it's not tangible, I'll use a mage hand, but I'll just reach out with my hand and touch it.
Sure. When you do, you hear stone begin to move behind you. You spin around and look in its direction to see a door open in the wall itself begins to open up, and it's clearly what would have been a secret door behind you begins to slide open. That said, while you're looking at that, there is another huge crash as a large boulder slams into the ground in the hallway behind you. That portal is still open and still dropping boulders.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and shout at everyone that we discovered a little discovery back there.
Okay. Okay, so that has to be from Internet Today, right? Do you guys know who that meme is supposed to be of? All right, it doesn't matter. Like that, those are two specific people that I watch news from every day. Like I watch them every day. Well, I mean, they put out videos like a couple times a week. But anyway, whenever they come out, it's just news. But it's just amusing to me that meme has been around forever, and I think it's those same two guys because it looks just like one of them. Anyway, all right. So a boulder slams into the ground. Nazim shouts that back so everybody's aware, and a door has now opened on the far side of the room there, bringing us to Norok's turn. Norok, you are impaled on spikes. Extricating yourself is going to be tricky. Walk me through, I guess, what you intend to do here.
Ooh, I know what I can do. I am going to... Am I completely face up right now?
Yeah, because you were
trying to have an angle, or...
No, I would say, you were facing him. In fact, I'll spin you around here. You were facing him and pushed backwards onto the spikes.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that you're, like maybe through one thigh and like through your right thigh, through your left shoulder are two spikes that you're stuck on.
Okay. Then I am going to take Vulcanbreaker and throw it at the ceiling at a diagonal angle to where it's up, stick it into the ceiling, and then teleport myself to Vulcan using the... Right. I can't remember the something step. I can't remember volcanic step, voltaic step.
I think voltaic. Yeah, you haven't used that in a while. Go ahead and click it. Okay. And I'm going to say, you could get. You could do it basically right above him.
Okay.
Did I say left thigh, right shoulder?
Back in the pit.
Real quick.
You said left and right, didn't you?
Did I say left thigh, right shoulder, or right thigh, left shoulder?
I thought it was foot or leg first and then shoulder. I thought it was what you would.
Left thigh, right shoulder is going to screw up your throw. that would mess up your throw. No, it's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead and click it so we can see I assume it's within range, but the ceiling's 15 feet up, so that arc, as long as you've got a 15-foot throw, you'd be fine.
All right. Sorry, let me pull it up here. There it is.
30 feet in unoccupied space that you can see. Yep. All right, so go ahead and click anywhere in that circle. Half of that circle, actually, because you have to go up as well. So.
Yeah. So it'd be what, like third tile down?
Actually, yeah, like here, about there, anywhere before that, basically. Okay.
I'll go right about there then.
All right. So click there on the map, and it'll teleport you.
Okay.
There you go. Sweet. Oh, cool. I didn't remember putting anything in there. Yeah. All right. So that's action. Any bonus actions or movement?
Nope. I think that'll be it. Although I'm going to just turn around so I can face this guy.
All right.
Now, I'm assuming I have no idea there's another boulder coming, right? Or did anybody
No,
shout
you definitely know. I mean, it was a distinctive sound. I mean, it hits the ground with a lot of force, obviously.
Yeah,
So, I
okay.
mean, you for sure know that a boulder hit the ground. And, you look south and see that Pogos hasn't really dramatically moved enough to have made that sound. So, has to be another one coming.
Something's moving at least. Okay, that's it for me then.
All right, that brings us to Sarah.
Okay. Can I make an insight check to see if this is really the con or if it's like an illusion that he can like see through or something? I want to know if it's really him.
Is he a con or a con?
Con.
Yeah.
You can, Sarah, go ahead and make a perception.
Insight?
I think not really insight.
Oh,
Yeah, I think perception is really what you're looking for. Insight would be like if you knew him and were trying to, test his personality. That said, go ahead and make that roll, and you'd have to.
Perception's bad. Oh.
No, that's okay. That's enough. And that's relevant. So.
Okay.
I'll leave it there because with an 11, you probably don't know why.
Oh.
It's probably one of those things that like doesn't, depths of memory, like distant memory, like you feel like you should know, but you don't at the moment, especially in the kind of chaos of the situation. That's as far as you get, just with that perception check.
Okay.
Any actions, movement, bonus actions?
But did I ever figure out if it was really him or an illusion?
You wouldn't have any way of knowing.
Okay.
Yeah. But in looking at him, you gathered that much, but you don't know. You don't necessarily know why.
And he hasn't tried to. You know what? I am, because I don't want to waste a high level thing here. I'm going to hit the mortise at the end of the hall with another ray of frost.
Okay.
Ooh. That it.
Sorry, I had to add something on the map here that I have to find. Oh, these are annoying. There we go. All right. That's done.
I'm assuming not.
That does not hit, no.
Okay. I am just going to stay here and just keep an eye on the con.
Okay.
I'm just not going to take my eyes off of him.
While you're doing that, he points down towards the floor. And a small, tiny, insignificant little mote of fire goes flicking out towards it.
Son of a
Hey, on the bright side, it'll blow up the boulders.
Well, I mean, by somebody's math, yes. Unfortunately,
I said
flaming
maybe.
Boulders. It'll be so much worse.
Well, one of them did.
Don't worry, the boulder. I'll keep the boulders at bay. Ish.
That said, though, the kerosene does immediately immolate and fill the room with quite a significant amount of heat and fiery goodness, as well. Sarah and Norok are engulfed amongst it. I don't have that, but I'm going to say, because it's just natural fire, it's not magical. The moat was, but the kerosene itself, having soaked your shoes in it by now, is not great. I'm going to go with, we'll call it probably 2d10. We'll go 3d10. Plus 4. We'll call it that. Oh, well, I rolled really bad. So 33 to both Sarah and Norok, unless you have half damage from fire. Pogo, you were avoiding stepping in it, so you didn't have to worry about it there, but both Norok and Sarah had no choice.
I was jumping around all nimbly bimbly.
You know what? You did fall. That's true. You could have potentially fallen in it, but you were kind of around the corner when you fell on the, jumping down from the mortise. So I would say that you didn't get hit. Ooh, Sarah's in bad shape. So he continues laughing, and you hear in a language that probably only Nazim can understand, kind of echoing through the hall.
Would I have comprehend languages still up?
Do you still have it up? Yeah, I mean, if you well, you know what? It hasn't been that long. Isn't it an hour?
I think so. So it should still be up.
Okay. Then he says, "Uninvited fools, I'll see you soon." And there's a flash of blue, and he disappears.
So that he wasn't actually here.
The flash of blue, you
people that-
guys know as a reconnaissance, that could be a teleportation spell. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
could, but you've also have seen Ozzy use blue, reconnaissance spells before that were astral projections.
Can
Yeah.
I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
At least something I'm good at. Or at least a little bit, maybe. God damn it, maybe not.
Yeah, you
Fucking
couldn't, you
5.
wouldn't be able to tell the difference because they're both pretty high. So at a 13, not great. It's still your turn though, Sarah. I mean, the immolation doesn't take your turn. So what are you doing? Oh, hang on. Well, you've hit the viscera with the bolt, but did you, or frost bolt? Did you bonus action or movement?
Bonus actually. So is this green slime like still on fire, or
Yeah.
was it
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
It's
burnt
no. It's
and-
yep.
Lantern oil.
Yeah.
Uh,
It burns for a long time. That's kind of the
Ooh,
the
I
point of
have
it.
a solution for it. You know the nice little alchemist jug we have that creates like a ton of water?
Not a bad point.
So, have you ever? I don't know if you can mix water in an oil fire.
But you could spread it all around so everybody gets the fun.
I'm gonna go up over here, so I'm away from flames.
Okay.
We can make mayonnaise with it. If that would
I mean,
does
that's
it.
not. That's actually probably a better option.
That's
Although
mixing oil and oil.
this makes the scientific question: is mayonnaise flammable?
Let me go to the fridge real quick.
Someone's got to test it out.
We're gonna match.
We've got a mayonnaise expert on site though. Sacco probably knows how long you can burn mayonnaise as a candle.
With his 10 jugs.
Yeah, there's no effective way to get rid of that. That was like the hardest level of mayonnaise.
It is a permanent amount of mayonnaise.
Permanent lifetime supply.
That's my turn.
All right. Oh no, did I get rid of? Oh shit, I did. Well, that's a shame.
I am
I'll
out of
find
the
it.
fire where I'm at, right? 'Cause I have
Yeah,
more
it's
movement.
down the
I could-
middle. The trouble is that it's on your shoes.
I had already used my action, so I can't put myself out yet, or at least try.
We'll call it item interaction to at least attempt to. I need to find where is that stupid thing I have. Is it community? No. TMFX? No. There we go. Sorry, I was trying to find something and that's still not the right one, but it'll work. There we go, and boom.
Perfect.
All right.
Lovely.
So that doesn't look great, but it's sufficient for now. All right. That brings us to Pogo.
All right. Well, after Nazim hitting a button and opening a door, I am going to immediately run into this room and see if there is another button that I might find my own door.
Okay.
Investigation.
Looking
check.
behind it and kind of staring all around, trying to find what it is that Nazim had described. You do not see one there.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the boulder, and it can only move 30 feet, but I'm actually going to move it 30 feet closer to the portcullis.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell to everyone, I'm just going to destroy that whole fucking door with this boulder.
All right.
So I'm going to move it as close as I can to there while I'm
Okay.
in this little hallway outside of its range.
All right.
And then if we can maybe get everyone... If you guys can get into that other area, maybe we can get up here and I can... and we can get out of this fucking room because we have a door now up here. And I know this other one's going to start rolling down, but I think Nazim's in the hallway too, right?
He is on the other side. He's in the other alcove,
Yeah.
just like you are. Yeah. So
All right.
he's safe where he's at.
Did the boulder, does it go far enough for me to use its turn to attack?
Yeah,
the
barely.
portcullis?
Barely. Yeah, it's not
I'm
quite
just
straight
gonna-
on, but it's there. Yeah.
I'm going to do it this way. It'll be a little bit easier.
Okay.
It is 18 to hit. Does it hit the portcullis?
Yeah, it is.
All right, so 2d12
Portcullis isn't
plus
moving anymore,
4. So it's 14. I'm sorry,
Oh, geez.
26 damage to
Okay.
the portcullis. It's just
Uh,
banging into it. Hopefully catching it on fire too.
Well, it's not very flammable, but it does kind of smash into it, and you see a significant. Well, peeking around the corner, if you were to, there is a significant dent. Like it is, about halfway caved in.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't the portcullis made of parched wood, partly metal? So wouldn't the wood burn off?
I mean, it's
I
gonna
mean,
take a
you
while.
could. They're usually a portcullis is typically just iron bars, just
Yeah.
iron or steel. But
But
I mean,
this
you
is just
could,
a
you could, yeah,
giant ball rolling into it.
yeah. But it's still, it is a rock that is animated enough to give it some force with the impact.
Yep.
So cool. That if your turn.
Let's see here. The other one, does it look like it's slowly starting to roll down the area?
It is, yeah, it is beginning to make its way. It is going to roll past you here shortly,
Uh,
and it'll roll into the flame as well.
has it passed the other hallway where Nazim is?
It
Actually,
has it just basically just fell,
Okay.
and is starting to move. It hasn't
I'm
moved
gonna wait
yet.
on that. I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack the other dead creature. Or is it? Yeah, that one's not dead yet, right?
No, it's still up. Yeah, barely.
Yep.
Barely.
Just gonna do one more time. Re-attack with my banjo.
All right.
Roll now. Hey.
That will hit, and that could potentially be enough. That's a pretty ignoble end. Poor flesh golem got its head caved in
9
by a
more
banjo.
damage.
He had
9
8
more
hit points
damage.
left. So,
Yes.
he gets brained by the by a banjo into death. He is toasted.
All right.
There we go.
So the other boulder, by the way, in the meantime, will stop the other boulder from getting all the way down, so you guys have a little bit more time to get out of the fucking way.
And right now it's a clear shot. It's not going to hit anybody. So, all right.
Yeah.
That brings us to Arteme. Arteme, as you are, looking and spinning in place there to, recover the broom and everything else you were doing there. The boulder that is kind of glowing and animated in Pogo's grasp is crashed into by another right behind it. Kind of stops in its place, the secondary boulder, but is still, right behind there, trying to make its way by.
Also, as a heads up, my boulder has 80 hit points and an AC of 10, if that matters at all.
Well, I mean, there would be impact damage from it crashing into it. I'm going to say that you see cracks beginning to form. It's probably
Okay.
about half, you would guess.
A lot less for future since it's not actually hitting it, like it's just kind of up against it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, exactly. That impact is where that came from. It's not going to continue
Perfect.
to, back up and ram into it again or anything.
Okay.
What you doing, Arteme?
So, I'm not really sure there's anything I can do about those boulders, though.
You can get in the alcove, though.
Sarah's right beside me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And you have the broom now.
So I guess I'll go onto the broom.
Okay.
Yeah, oil fire wouldn't really work with the jug, would it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what to do about the fire. I don't really have anything. I have stuff to make fire, but not stuff to control.
Yeah. It will
Okay.
eventually burn its way out, or at least, if you can get past it, it doesn't really need to be your problem, but it's kind of up to you guys on how you want to handle it.
Yeah, can't we just fly above it, or is it touching the ceiling?
No, I mean, it's a relatively low fire. Kerosene doesn't burn, that expansively, and it doesn't spread really, as long as you don't kick it around with your oily shoes like Sarah's doing. But not all of you can fly is the thing.
And
That
doesn't
is
the
true.
boulder go all the way to the ceiling, you said?
Yeah, the boulder's pretty much floor to ceiling. It's 15 feet in all directions there, so it's, the boulder itself, sorry, 20
we
feet,
can't
and the boulder's
fly
like 18.
past the...
Correct.
Can we? If we go low to the broom, would we be able to fly past it?
Halflings, not human size.
Okay, darn.
Or
Yeah.
Yogg, for that matter.
Yeah, I was thinking more maybe like a doorway across. If Nazim would be so kind as to open one up.
You did use one. I don't know how many Nazim has.
Right. Okay. So plan B is going to be since
Chat, I can't hear anything.
What was that, Becky?
okay, so that's Sarah.
Okay.
Oh,
11 points of healing for Sarah.
thank you.
Should have automatically applied.
Does it automatically?
If I target
I
them,
don't-
it should.
I don't know if it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it. I mean, it shows it to me. I can see it, but it doesn't
Oh,
automatically
it's
apply
telling me
the hit points.
okay, so it should apply it, but there's some kind of error. It used to when I targeted.
Healing? No. Okay. That's the second time that's done that. Every
What?
time I hit apply healing, it applies damage.
Whoops.
Oop.
Yeah, you were you're at 23 hit points now, so you might want to
No.
fix that.
30.
Norok 98. I don't know where you were before, Holmes, but you got 16 healing for you, Ben.
That's wrong.
So I used the one spell that I could use on this person I could type on Sarah, and then I used my range healing spell on Nora.
Okay.
But I'm running low on spells.
Sure.
That's what I can do for now.
All right. Are you going to stay there, or are you going to move?
I'm just gonna fly up.
Okay. So the boulders will definitely, if they need to pass you, you will be hit by the boulders.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up and go over
Okay,
here.
gotcha. Okay, all right. And Sarah, were you hopping on the room to fly with her, or no?
Yeah, I'll go with
Okay,
it.
yeah, because it's fixed now. I mean, the two of you can fly one human size, one halfling size on it, or a single yog.
Mhm.
That brings
And
us to Nazim.
If we go all the way up, there's still room for Nazim or
Alright.
for Norok, right?
I'm going to go ahead and just dart across since it's behind the fire.
Okay.
30. That's about as far as I can go with regular movement. I can't really
Okay.
see anything in this room, so I'm going to go ahead and use my.
Before you do, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that room on the map here, this is the part that right before, I think it was while Justin was away, but that's not what is on the map here. We're going to transition to a total different map. That's not what you're seeing on there. So
Oh.
what you're seeing there is not, what would be representative, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you can
Okay.
ignore that.
Since I have nothing really to help with the fire too much, I'm just going to jump in here and yell back to the group that it looks like this is the way I'm in. So,
all right,
confirm with them.
Sounds good. Then in that case, that'll bring us to Norok. What you doing, Holmes?
All right, I'm going to get out of the way for now.
Okay. There is room in that alcove for you and Artemy and Sarah. They're up on the ceiling.
Okay.
Sarah, that's what you were asking, right? If Norok could fit in the alcove with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll fit. You just staying there, Holmes?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait it out because I didn't notice anything else moving down the hall beside. Well, I guess I can see past the boulder anyway. So yeah,
Correct.
waiting it out.
All right, that brings us to Sarah.
I don't have anything that's. Oh, yes. I am going to take a potion of greater healing.
Okay. Jesus, that's loud. Oh, hang on. The sound got reset because I had it lower on my side and must have been an update reset it.
Fucking ones.
Of course. Well, as you guys are aware, and I kind of mentioned this in the Discord earlier too, but you are likely heading into a potentially very dangerous boss fight here shortly. So you may, bad rolls may be difficult, compounding difficulty later.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else for Sarah's turn?
I don't think so.
All right.
So go ahead and go. If I find something, I'll let you know, but I don't
Okay.
think so.
All right, jump into Pogo.
All right. I am going to. I'm going to yell out loudly. Are you all in a safe place?
Yes?
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and let the. What?
You heard a wait at the end there.
Wait. All right.
You're all
Well,
okay. Safe place is relative at the moment, but yes.
If I let the boulders just go all the way down and end on the fucking thing, are you going to be able to get out, or are you going to be stuck there?
I think once it's past us, we'll be fine.
Well, there's two of them now. Is that going to be a problem?
I think they'll both fit on the spikes.
We'll find out.
You know what? How? Fuck it. Let's do this first then. Let's go ahead and use instead of attacking this portcullis,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use the ball to. I'm gonna have it slam into the stone behind it instead, just to try to weaken it in case it needs to be destroyed.
So you're going to have the one you're controlling back up a little ways and then crash into the
Just
other boulder
smash
to try to
into it,
just damage both of them. Okay.
to do its damage,
Okay.
and to hit, it's gonna be 9
I mean,
plus 8.
it's basically above a 5 is going to
Alright.
hit. So it's filling the entire hallway. It would be very difficult for it to miss. It'd be harder for it to miss than for it to
Oh
hit.
shit, not bad.
Okay.
Plus
All right.
4,
So
20 or 24 damage. So 24 damage to the boulder.
all right. The boulder you were controlling had already taken a significant hit from the previous boulder crashing into it. On impact, it kind of explodes into shrapnel and shards. There is still a core of it that is intact that you can still manage to control. It is just a little smaller now than it had been previously. That said, it did a significant impact into the other boulder as well. Not quite as small, but is reduced in fraction, and there is gravel all over the now flaming ground.
And then I'm just going to command it to move north so that both boulders can get the fuck out of the way towards
All right.
use its movement to go there. And then I'm going to use my movement. These little fucking rats. 5, 10. I'm going to be hugging the wall. 15, 20, 25. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can basically get there using my bracers as my bonus action dash.
Okay.
And my normal movement, and I am now next to Nazim.
All right.
And
so the both of you are looking into a very large chamber, and a. Hang on. Oh shit! This is funny. Okay. There is a clearly undead and opulently dressed creature, humanoid in stature. Did you look in the hall? I don't think you did. I don't think you saw in the hallway there of the previous clapping one, but you get the impression it's probably the one who had been clapping at you previously. He is on the far side of a gap. You're basically looking to a very large chamber, probably 100 feet, maybe 120 in length, similarly wide. It goes out, the floor goes out for a good 50 feet, 60 feet maybe in front of you, and then drops off, and there's a pit, and then he's on the other, and then goes back up again, and he's on the far side of the pit, on the other side of it.
Does he
just
see us?
there. Yeah, he sees you. He's just standing there with his hands clasped behind his back, just staring at you.
That's always a good sign, guys. When they're nonchalant about this nonsense.
Oh, he does not seem the slightest bit perturbed at your presence. Yeah. He's unconcerned with you being there. Clearly waiting, like he's been waiting for you guys, was the impression that you get as you and Nazim are standing there. All right, that brings us to Arteme. Arteme, the boulders have now rolled past you. I will say that Nazim, or sorry, geez, I keep getting everybody's names wrong tonight. Pogo, you having seen now that right before you stepped into the hallway here, the second boulder was slathered in the flaming kerosene and would have blocked in front of them. They would have been in a little oven. They would have been baking in that had you not smashed the boulder small enough that they could roll past. So that is no longer a threat.
You're welcome, guys.
It is still on fire, but it is far enough away that you can get away from it, and you're not.
I kept you out of broil mode.
What are you guys doing? Arteme. Arteme, you and Sarah are on the broom. You could technically fly over the fire. It's just Norok that can't, so. Fox, you on mute? All right, we will come back to Fox. I haven't heard you say anything, Fox.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
The both boulders are.
Yeah, Norok, or sorry, Pogo smashed the boulders together until they were small enough, and then they rolled past. So you and Sarah on the broom, you could fly south of the fire. Norok would not be able to. He'd have to go through it or find other means.
Okay, yeah, I'll go through it then.
You gonna fly past?
Curious. Yeah, I'm curious. I guess that wouldn't really work. So I was gonna say I could try using my cantrip Ice Knife to be able to like get rid of some of the fire, but I'm not sure that would work.
It does make a small blast radius when it explodes, but the ice is just going to melt into it. And I don't think that's a cantrip. I think that's a level 1 spell. Isn't it?
Oh, sorry, it's a level 1. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, if
Yeah,
it were a
that would
cantrip, you
work.
could potentially use it, over and over again. But yeah, as a cantrip, a level 1 spell, it would have an impact in, a smaller area of it, but it would, take multiple casts to
I
have
have too many. I'm already out of level 1 spell slots. So
Yeah.
okay. So that's not happening. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna try and go with the Broom and Sarah for now then.
All right.
But-
So Norak
okay.
Norak is
As
just
I
left to deal with it
go-
himself again.
Hang on. As I go, I'm going to pour water on the
Okay. All right. I mean, it is
using
kerosene,
the
but it is
whatchamacallit?
the jug.
Yeah, the octopus jug.
Okay. All right.
So I'll be pouring water on it as I go to hopefully help it go down.
It's not a terrible impact. I mean, it is oil, so it is being spread further, basically. But it is also diluting it some. So the impact is less concentrated, I guess.
Yeah.
But spread further. So that said, Sarah, are you going with Arteme?
Yes.
All right. So with the broom and its dashing, you are able to make it about yay, leaving just Norak by himself up in a flaming pit.
He'll get here. He's got long legs.
Nazim, it is your turn. That said, we haven't moved to the other map, so options are a little bit limited there. The other map, as I described to Pogo there, you are seeing a very large chamber. Did you hear what I was describing already?
Slightly, yeah. I was actually just going to use a potion of healing while
Sure.
I was just waiting for everybody.
Yep, that's fine. So click the roll there. All right, it's got to be interface, that's why. That's good heal. That's better than the 12 that Sarah rolled.
Right. 27. All right.
Bringing us to Norak. What you doing, Holmes?
Well, I guess for now, I'll probably just wait a minute until this gets dead.
They just left you behind again. You get impaled on spikes, you get caught on fire. Fine, he'll figure it out. We don't need to worry about Norak.
I can't hear you, honey. What are you saying?
If you can get to right here, that should be within range that I can get you the rest of the way.
You could
well, I
always
think I'm gonna take
polymorph him
damage
into
the
a
entire way through.
flying creature so you could fly over it. It's not in my repertoire, but it's in yours.
I am trying to use a lower level spell.
Fair enough.
You guys came into this expecting that the con will be not an easy kill, and the more resources you spend, the less you're going to have for dealing with him. So
Yeah,
keep that in mind too.
And if I were to walk
I
through
do
there,
have the
I'm
nice
going to be in that fire
druid
the
robe
whole
to
way.
try out.
Is there a way for him to get here without being on fire? Like, is that
I'm too wide.
like
Really?
if he went like sideways against the wall?
I mean, I could probably think of a way or two, but it's not up to me to tell you what your characters would think of to get out of a problem like that.
Normally, I'd say let's add fire, but we've already passed that stage.
We tried that already.
Yeah. It's a Molotov cocktail. You either solve your problem or, hey, brand new problem.
Hey, my plan was to set the whole thing on fire after we were through, okay?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad plan. Burn this fucker to the ground.
I will say that Nazim and Pogo, you guys are standing there, well, now with Arteme and Sarah as well, kind of looking into that chamber, and the creature on the far side of the pit is just standing there. He doesn't seem in a hurry to, aggress.
Right, now that we got here, now that
Well, it is still Norak's turn, so let's give him a second if he's got an idea there.
I don't think so. I think I'm just going to have to wait it out.
Okay. All right. Well, that said, you know, if you guys want, have other preparatory things you want to do while you're standing there, that's fine. Otherwise, I mean, it'll be a little while because it is kerosene, but we'll say, over the span of a few minutes potentially.
So I will remind Norak, there's going to be another boulder coming here probably, so you might want to just fucking get out.
Somebody remembered that the portal still worked.
Yeah.
Okay. If I can I'm still on the broom. Yes.
If you haven't jumped off, yeah. I mean, you haven't said you did, so I'm assuming.
Okay. Can I use the broom then to fly back over to where he's within 90 feet?
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Vortex Warp to move him. How long is this hallway?
Are you just trying to get past the fire, top to bottom?
Well, I can only move him up to 90 feet, so as long as I can get him down the hallway.
I mean,
I can use a sorcery point to double my distance, so
okay.
I will do that if I need to.
Sure. All right, Norok, you going willingly, I assume?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Then Sarah teleports you to the southern chunk of the hallway here. I'll go ahead and move you down. Now that that's spent, those resources are spent. You can't get them back. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean here. I did give you a hint already that Norok can fly on the broom by himself, and the broom can be moved by itself because it's a creature. You could have told the broom to just fly up there and get him, and he could have flown back on his own. So,
I actually forgot about that.
I literally gave you the hint of when I said that either one human, one halfling, or one Yogg by himself. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's okay. I mean, honestly, in the chaos of the moment, it makes sense. I'm just saying, that was.
I forgot that I could
also
send the
forgot
broom.
about that.
You guys spent a lot of money to get the broom fixed so that you could do that, and then didn't use it when you needed it. So,
okay. What was it was an item interaction to use the water on the stuff, right?
yeah, you have one on a turn anyways. Yeah.
So that means I would still be able to use. So I'm going to put up Druid Grove.
Okay. Doesn't that take 10 minutes or 11 minutes or something to put up?
I'm not sure. I'll look into it.
It's your treehouse. It's your treehouse one, which is 11 minutes to cast. Yeah, the new version. 10 minutes also. Yeah.
And I think it's a point where I could see, so I'm going to put it to where we'll be going, if that makes sense.
In the hallway? Like blocking the hallway?
Well, wait, but they can see the con from where they are, right? Like he's in that
you
room?
guys can see. We need to move to the other map now. You guys can see him. He's standing there just staring at you.
We don't
And
have
in
11
fact,
minutes.
You don't have. Sorry, Arteme, I mentioned that earlier, but it was on Nazim's turn, so you might have missed that. But basically, where you guys are standing, I need to move you to the new map. And then, I mean, if you really want to, you probably you might be able to do it. Let's see. I'm gonna move you guys over. We'll start this.
Right. Yeah. You did say it was a different map, so
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Is I'm gonna put it in the new map.
Options might be limited there. So I've moved you to the new map, so everybody can see it now. Right. I preloaded it, so hopefully it loaded quickly for everybody.
Yeah, it's up.
All right. So what you guys are seeing, you get right behind you. Serana is invisible. You guys didn't see her, but I have her on the map in case we need her. But,
yeah, I figured she was going to come with us.
Yeah, she is. She just didn't step into the hallway with you guys. She was behind, the con, in the hallway and had remained invisible instead of risking revealing herself. So she wasn't on the other side of the portcullis. But anyway, so she's on this map with you, but right now you guys don't see her. I'll put it that way. Behind you though is that hallway. So you technically still you could step back into that hallway with the boulders. Although you would expect another boulder to fall any second now. That said, if you were to step it to the end of the hallway, this is what you would be seeing is this map here. And on the far side of it is a creature that Norok and amusingly, the two that stepped into the hallway first, Nazim and Pogo, do not recognize him. Norok, Sarah, and Arteme definitely do.
I think I would go from here.
How big is this room?
Very large. I'll give you a measurement in just a second.
This is the dude that almost killed Norok the first time, right?
It sure is. The one that ordered his Iskall raptors to bite Norok in half.
That's you, right?
So
Yeah,
this isn't the con then. This is someone else.
Turns out they're the same person.
Oh shit!
So
y'all go way back.
Which Sarah? So very early on, Arteme, Sarah, and Norok went to a tomb and kind of ran into him there. Basically, later on they met him again. They were carrying the fang of the giant snake god Sek. You guys remember that? The great serpent of autumn.
Mm-hmm.
They had the fang that they had recovered from one of those tombs, and Masetsu took it back by nearly biting Norok in half with one of his skill, one of the undead raptors. As you all kind of step into the chamber here, though, he's still standing there, kind of hands behind his back. Looks, well, not concerned. He's aware of your presence and looks frustrated and annoyed, and is clearly like waiting for you guys to do something or say something or react.
I'm just gonna whisper. I don't think he recognizes you. You clearly weren't very important to him.
I mean, that could work to our advantage. So
Step away for just 5 minutes here.
All right, Soka.
Okay. The reason I was asking how big the room is because my druid thing can go up to 90 feet.
I'm not sure what your goal is there, though, because I mean, one, it would take you 10 minutes to cast it, and when you're talking about your druid grove, right?
It's a level 6 spell.
Yeah, but it still costs 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to cast it.
we don't have.
We can try to get a monologue in for like 7 or 8, but I don't think we can do 10.
Well, amusing that you should say that because he doesn't seem to have a monologue. I'd never, ever, ever write villain monologue.
If it's a 10-minute monologue, Jeremy, I'm not playing this game anymore.
It is, I mean, okay, look, you guys know I literally never write villain monologues. This guy needed one, so I wrote one for him.
Okay, well, either way, like,
but 10 minutes
that's my plan. Is the grove as big as possible. So I want to know how big the room is to know where to center it.
I mean, it's good size. It is. Can you see that I'm drawing right there? It's 155 feet across there from one wall to the other, and then north to south. The perspective of this is a little bit weird because it's basically west to east, north to south. It is 75 feet across.
75. Okay.
Yeah. But that's also like the elevation changes too, because it's this and then down into a pit and then across and then up from the other side of the pit. I'm not quite sure what you're intending to do with that grove, Arteme. But if you are, sitting down to try to begin the ritual to cast, or not ritual, but the 10 minutes to cast it, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm just not following exactly what your intent is there.
Okay. Well, it's because my grove, like with my grove drove, I could have like different effects in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and like additional effect is like a wall wind in 2 locations, a spike growth in 1 location, or a constant gust of wind in 2 locations of my choice.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be helpful for certain things. Especially
I'm not saying it's not. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that you don't really feel like you're going to have 10 uninterrupted minutes to cast.
Okay.
So if a fight breaks out, you might still just be trying to cast that for, a while. And if the fight doesn't last 10 minutes, then it would have been for naught. Does that make sense?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's usually the kind of 10 minutes is an eternity. 60 rounds.
60 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'll
so
hold off
that's
on
more
that for now,
that spell that'd be great. Like if you are going to dictate where the battlefield's going to be and you're bringing the enemies into it, like to a trap or something, then it's great for something like that.
Mhm.
It isn't really good for when you are either on the move or like in an ambush situation.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, it is a great choice. You just you don't feel like you'd have enough time to be able to get that off. So while everybody is kind of having a moment of surprise and shock here for the three of you that clearly recognize who this is. You guys had an inkling at the very least anyways that this is who it would be, because you kind of knew that he at least was an important king, and you knew that Vabian kings, tend to stick around a long time, and hence him, still being or maybe again, you don't necessarily know. But he's clearly kind of beginning to pace. He's like, still got his hands behind his back, kind of looking mostly down at the ground. He really doesn't seem all that threatened by your presence, kind of pacing back and forth. Well?
Wait. I want to wait for Sako to get back for the monologue.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have the other nice spell I want to try out, which is Storm of Vengeance.
What's the cast time on that one? That was not 10 minutes, I hope, right?
24 hours. 24 hours.
No,
24 hours.
That one is literally no cast time. It's
nice.
just
Instantaneous? All right. That'll be good. Yeah, you guys have a lot of cool toys you could use here. I will tell you that there's mitigation here as well. Since he is kind of pacing back and forth, I'm going to tell you that just, you have time enough to kind of notice that there's other movement going on in the room. You guys looking straight across the pit at Masetsu see the tops of some horned and scaled heads, something that has to be very tall. They've got to be probably 15 feet based on the height of the pit that you see on the other side. There are 2 mummified Tegura in the pit, not paying you much mind, but they are clearly, there and present. That said, there are 4 pillars in the room, in the kind of, you see the pillars, from each corner here, and atop each of them, they're 15 feet up. Atop each of them is another Tegura, and these are,
Jesus.
these have been extinct for a couple thousand, 3,000 years at this point. No, 2,800 years. Sorry.
They're only 15 feet up.
The pillars are 15 feet up. The creatures themselves are about 15 feet in height, and the
Okay.
ceilings are about 30 feet up. But there's a Tegura archer standing atop each of those pillars there. They're quadrupeds, and then they have the 2 arms. They're lizard centaurs, kind of. But the 2 that are, facing away from you also seem indifferent to your presence, or certainly not threatened at the very least. But the tops of their heads, they're 15 feet in height. So, Talk, let us know when you're back. I'll put that in the chat for him. I might have broken the... No, it's still there. Here, you know what? I'll do this. Everybody go ahead and hit that when you're ready.
Depending on when he gets back on the monologue, we might be at time.
Yeah, where it's gonna be pretty close.
Ooh. Save the monologue for the opening of the next one.
We could do that. That's fine.
Let me shit, I don't know. Oh, what is this? Oh.
Sorry, I bumped my mic there.
I'm like going through what I have, and I'm like, all right, I can do that one more time.
Yeah, you guys were...
Man, this is gonna be an interesting action economy.
Yeah, you guys kind of burned through a lot, which was totally fine. Like, it's, you couldn't have expected to have, another rest or anything in there, but you were, using resources in a more relaxed manner than you typically do. Usually you guys are very conservative with your spell slots and everything, and you guys kind of burn through quite a bit, which is still, like I said, that's fine, and that's kind of part of
Mine
the
were
fun.
mostly healing people that needed it, so...
Which is fair.
Pogo likes to live. He lives his life 1/4 mile at a time.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
About family.
I still
got
have
family.
a lot of spell slots. I don't have a lot of health.
It's all right. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Shit, yeah. Well, you're just under halfway, it looks like, Becky, so
Okay,
that's not
well,
terrible.
since I haven't done my thing yet,
What thing?
let's go with a nice little healing spirit by level 3.
Sure.
I mean, on your turn, like, are we?
I hadn't finished my turn yet because I just moved.
It was hers. Yeah, it was her turn anyway. So.
Use an interaction, so I still.
You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and put everybody in initiative while we're waiting for Sarko to get back. And Arteme, I'll just bump you to the top of the list for initiative because it was your turn on the last one anyway. So basically, everybody will get a reroll, but we'll just put Arteme at the top. Hang on.
I think I've decided my favorite spot to be in initiative is right after Sarah. I feel like that's always worked out best for me when it comes to like planned activities.
You do too, and you two do end up being a team sometimes.
We play kind of a nice defensive double halfling action.
Halfling double dragon.
Double dragon. One of the greatest Super Nintendo.
Okay, that kind of failed.
What fox?
Well, I was trying to place and then move myself. Kind of failed.
Yeah, that is the... There, let me do this.
Okay, because I'm trying to get everybody as much as possible, but some people have to move a little bit.
Yeah, so the that was me. I threw you guys on the map like that. That isn't necessarily the order that you
that's what I'm saying. Like, if people moved closer to the spirit, they literally need to move into it, because I was trying to put on everybody and knowing that I'd have to move to do that.
That's fine. No problem.
So
I'm going to say that you're all close enough that everybody could get a round of it, because isn't it one person per round or something like that? I don't remember.
Yeah, or something. It's really white right now. And
yeah, because you don't have your... Oh, gotcha.
I put the night thing out, like the darkness thing, but it's not dark.
The darkness thing?
Like the
dark mode?
Yeah, dark mode's up, but it's not making everything dark half the time. Oh no, wait, the page reset like twice is probably not up.
Maybe. It looks normal to me, but I don't have the the client side. I don't have the server side.
No, it is
Have you-
dark mode. It's up, but it's not working.
Some of the spell effects, like the spell effect itself, will be white sometimes for me, even if
Yeah,
you know,
like
even
it's
the rest of
the
it has a
spell
stone
description
texture.
is white
Yeah, yep.
and it's too bright for me to read right now.
No problem.
There's a
The
certain amount of
healing
healing before it disappears, so we'll probably
Yeah.
be using all the healing like
can
right
heal a number of
now.
times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is 5, so 6 times. So
Yeah, okay.
So
So
6
everybody
you can.
gets healed once.
Yep.
And
So a
then
d6 plus your modifier. So go roll d6, roll d6, roll do it 6 times, and you can choose who you want to apply them to. Is fine.
so that's 66.
Yep. You could actually just do 66, and we'll just look at what the individual dice are.
Yeah,
be fine.
that's why I was just gonna do it in one go.
That works. Oh well, shit! You rolled really well for all of it. So 6, 5, 5, 6, 6, 2.
Okay,
Take
so
the two.
who needs the most healing? Because I
I'll
don't
take
need
the
any
two.
healing actually.
It's 2 plus your con modifier or mine?
Her wisdom,
Or wisdom?
which is a 5.
So 7
wisdom
total?
is fine.
Yeah, 7 for you,
Perfect.
Pogo.
So you guys can work out how much healing you guys want, whoever needs it the most. Because I don't need any
Well-
actually.
I say Sarah can take the 6 and then everyone else can have the other 5s.
Works for me.
Well, okay, so there's 6 healing and there's only 4 of you, so people get more than 1 healing.
Yeah, there'd be 2 extras, so Sarah can get a second one.
Yeah, Sarah can have a second one. I'm good.
Taco message me. I'll be a minute.
Okay. So has anyone ever played a game called Stardew Valley?
No,
I know what it
seen
is. I've never
somebody
played it.
play it.
Yeah.
It's super relaxing, mildly addicting, in my opinion. There was a Kickstarter game that came out, and it's very, very similar. It's almost like it's a better clone that has a lot more things to do called Sunhaven. And oh boy, I am a little addicted to that fucking game. Just like mining my little gems and like farming my little asparagus and
Yeah.
oh, it is. I am very. My brain. It's because it like I think it's a very comforting game. So if anyone likes comforting, like very your own pace type games, it's very relaxing.
I'm very much into the balloons right now, to where like they added the rogue campaign, and like it's frustrating. Some of them are literally impossible with what you have, but it's still interesting.
That's cool. I got my year of opening the thing like
Woo!
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm still trying to do the contested territory. Oh, the phoenix you get is also on the map itself, so it's on your home screen and it's on like it flies around the map.
That's cool.
So, but yeah, it's very expensive.
I never played Stardew Valley, Sako or Justin, but if that one's better, then maybe it was one of those ones that I kind of
Yeah.
meant to just like on because it would be an easy one to play on the Steam Deck too. But
So I worry that you might get a little annoyed with the absolute insane amount of stuff. It's like there's 60 different things you could grow. There's 200 different little like I have chickens and I have cows. But I had to like when you level up, like I just got the ability to get sheep and pigs, and each one makes their own little byproducts each day. But you got to feed them, and like there's a lot of little things, but it's very like instantly rewarding. Like you get after time limit, like your fish nets have fish, and you collect them, and you can turn them into sashimi, or you can turn them into other dishes, or you can just sell them, or you can
That's cool.
romance other characters in the village. It's a lot of stuff you could do.
Sure, sounds cool.
It is. I don't know if cool is the right word, but it's relaxing, very relaxing.
You probably need that these days.
Yeah. I'm finally getting to a level of apathy to where I'm not crippled.
I was wondering
Yeah,
if it was
took a
like
while.
if you were just getting to the point where it's like fuck it, it's just gonna have to deal with it anyways. So
Well, I mean, I don't think I do it by choice, but eventually, once you're bombarded with enough nonsense every day, you just become apathetic to it.
well,
And you're
okay,
like,
that
all right,
too.
well,
I wasn't really talking about the societal situation. I was talking about the work thing of having to be back to the office 4 days a week, all that stuff. But
No, I think it's more honestly. I think the whole more political thing's got me more in a
is it work? Okay.
fizzy,
Yep.
than anything else. But
Yeah,
I'm getting
okay.
apathetic to it, which is double-edged sword. But it is what it is, and it is
Yeah.
happening.
Oh shit, Sokko's back. Sorry, Sokko, I didn't see your little check mark. Fox didn't mark hers, so I was waiting for
What?
Sokko's to yeah.
It
So
didn't
because
mark. I hit it.
I think we got just enough time for a
for a villain monologue. All right, so real quick, so it's going to be basically it's not a 10-minute monologue, but we probably won't get really into much combat just yet. But since Sokko had missed it, there are 6 Tegura zombies, for lack of a better term, in here, Sokko. The big kind of centaur lizard creatures that have been extinct for 2,800 years. There are 6 of them animated in the room here as well. 4 of them are up on big pillars around in each corner, and 2 they're down in a pit below that you just see the tops of their heads. Across the pit is Masetsu, who you have never met, but Arteme, Sarah, and Pogo, and Norok definitely seem to recognize. And he had been kind of hands clasped behind his back and pacing back and forth, clearly like very frustrated and annoyed, but not particularly threatened by your presence. He says, "You stumble into my sacred chamber, brandishing your weapons like naive children, thinking you understand the weight of millennia. I was conducting rituals to Sek when your ancestors were still learning how to scratch words onto paper. Do you see these walls? Every cartouche, every glyph-carved scale here tells a story of what was stolen from us. Our god, our great serpent of autumn, bound and banished by those who feared true power. For over 2,000 years I have waited and gathered the ancient words and the forbidden knowledge needed for this moment." And he kind of has that same kind of chuckling, crackling paper laugh. "You cannot stop what has already begun. The stars align, the sacred oils burn, and his time has come. Even now Sekhmet stirs all around us. Do you not feel his power?" And you do feel the room kind of trembling. I normally have a little thing to do that. Let me see. Oh, cool. I didn't think it was going to work. I thought I'd broken it earlier. But indeed, the place, anywhere in the Great Sand Sea, as you guys have felt previously, you do often feel what equates to an earthquake. But it was almost as if he, had called it in time there. He says, "I see the fear in your eyes. Perhaps I could be persuaded to grant you mercy on his behalf. If you would kneel and pledge yourselves to the serpent's service, I will make sure that your deaths are quick and your souls fed to him first, so you are spared the terror of watching your people devoured." He kind of looks at you and shrugs. No?
I mean, I vote for killing him because we're gonna die if we don't kill him. So.
Well, are we saying that out loud, or are we just kind of glancing? Are we saying that with a glance?
Is this
I
with
mean,
eyes or is this with words?
Pogo
like-
personally would start like slowly meandering and being like, "This offer is quite interesting. Let me think about it." And he would just be slowly trying to get covered behind a fire brazier or a pillar.
Well, those pillars are those are there for a reason. Those pillars are certainly potentially usable for cover. While you're doing that, Pogo, I'm going to say that you do notice that there are conveniently placed canopic jars all over the place in this chamber. You see those little gray circles. Everybody see those on the map?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So those are jars that you guys had seen earlier in the upstairs in this place that are canopic jars. They hold usually the intestines. The Vabians believe the intestines are where the soul is stored, but they contain various organs. I'll put it that way, that do have a certain life essence effect on creatures such as Masetsu. That you are aware of that, and they are all over the place in here.
Are we aware of how they work? Like, do we have to eat them or throw them at the guy?
I would say that you don't know how they work, but Nazim definitely does because they are his culture. Arteme, you would, having read the books. I would say it's probably Sarah potentially with history if you want to make a history check there. But you kind of making this somewhat. No, I wouldn't say persuasive, but this kind of meandering discussion as you move your way south, Pogo. His eyes do follow you as you move your way south. Sarah, I would say, you do have an idea that canopic jars are potentially a valuable resource for a creature such as him.
Okay, so if like we smash them, that should do it, or do
Maybe.
we have to do something special? Okay.
You don't know.
I think Pogo probably doesn't know that yet. He's just meandering to the
Yeah,
side.
I would say that Pogo, you do notice them, and I would say that everybody kind of
Trying
sees them all
to-
over the place. But
trying to properly assess the situation or situation as it's looking. Are we technically outside of
Initiative?
the initiative right now?
Yeah, I'd say for the moment, sure. I mean, we're gonna hop into it, here, but it's gonna be end of session. But yeah, we'll hop into it here shortly.
Well, I'm just going to say, you know what? Perhaps I should, for this interesting occasion, I should play a song. And I'm going to play, with my last 3 charges of my ocarina,
Mhm.
Paranoid Strain.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it on the Tegu Ra to the south, but next to the Khan.
Okay.
And I'll just...
The one up on the pillar?
Yeah, the one up on the pillar.
Okay, over here.
I don't need the template. Consume item. Sure. And what that's going to do is one creature within range make an intelligence save or be unable to recognize friend from foe.
Oh, shit, okay.
So it's a DC 19. Well, this is
Nice.
saying wisdom save, but I think it's a DC 19 intelligence. Hold on, what is
Does it say? Oh, yes,
It
because,
says intelligence save, yeah.
Yeah, because the different songs had different ones. Yeah, that's right.
DC 19 intelligence save.
All right, let's see.
While I'm what would make someone paranoid?
That's good.
And I'm just
they
playing
have-
that as I'm meandering south.
All right. 18, well, natural 20.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
-2.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't get it then. It was a
Yep,
DC
so-
19.
Yeah. Oh, shit, he still failed. Oh, okay, yes, it was a net. Well, hang on. Yeah, that's
I don't
fine.
know.
Yeah, that's fine. It was a natural 20, but it was -2. That's fine. We'll say that it still affects him. I'm going to say that when you do that...
Everyone knows natural 20s really only count for the players.
I mean, just because honestly, this will be a hard fight anyways. I don't need that natural 20. I'll put it that way. That
And
sounds
it's
really
fun.
arrogant and fucked up, but and I like the
It's so
song.
good.
I like the song too, so that helps. That bumps it up one.
Bonus.
He as he sees that you're, he senses your deception there. I'll put it that way. He can see that that you're trying to obviously ensorcel one of his creatures there. He says, "Then, like all others who stood against the serpent's will, you shall be crushed beneath his coils. Your names will be struck from history's record, your bones ground to dust before the weight of ages, and the time of small gods and smaller folk is ending." The great serpent rises, and he lifts his hands up in the air. The room begins to shake further. You will see the effects of that next time we play. That said, the ensorcelment does take its impact on the one Tegura. The other 3 spin in your direction, and in unison they fire an arrow directly at you. All 3 of them firing at the same time. All right. So in a mechanical sense, basically, the game allows for your AC to be, your dexterity kind of taking an impact on that, right? Well, the purpose of them firing all at the same time is to prevent you from being able to dodge, because they're all 3 firing an arrow at you at the same time, giving a very high chance to hit and a whole lot of damage.
All of us or just me?
Just you.
Oh,
all
just
3
me.
of them. All 3 of them firing it.
Also, I'm just gonna yell, be like, "My name struck from the records, huh? You don't even know my real name. I'm the Lizard King."
All right. Well, 25 will hit, I assume, right?
Yes, it will.
All right. So it's not a crit, but it is 5d12 plus, so 43 damage to Pogo as he is riddled with 3 spear-sized arrows, because these are quite large creatures. I will tell you that having seen that, had the 4th one still been there, basically the more of them that are up at any given time, it's a different, basically higher chance to hit and a whole lot more damage the more of them that fire at the same time. So that you removed one of them actually made a significant impact already. It didn't make them target you first, but
I don't know if this matters, but the Tegura on the other side, and this makes sense if it's not until the next turn, he would be trying to attack the closest thing to him.
Oh, it's automatically the closest? It's not like a
it
confusion
automatically
effect or
goes to the closest.
All right.
Or your choice if there's 2 creatures within the same distance. So
I'm gonna
he would
do
automatically attack the closest.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
But
I'm
it
gonna
can
put.
happen in the next turn too.
It really, I don't have a confusion effect. Do me a favor. I'm going to save it in my notes too, just so that I know for next time that he is, because he's not charmed by you, but he is trying to attack, whoever's closest to him.
He's not charmed. He's frenzy. He's basically
Yeah,
frenzied, and he's just attacking whatever's nearest to him.
Okay, all right. So he is going to take a single shot because he's not synchronizing shot at Masetsu for a 16, which will not hit. The arrow clinks off of the ground behind him. Masetsu, though, is quite enraged that you've turned one of his Tegura against him. And we will stop there for this week. Where are we for the 28th, everybody?
I think I am camping next Friday. I'm like 90% sure of it.
Okay.